Welcome to Sherwin-Williams.
Hi there. I heard paints are 30% off.
Yep, and stains too.
Right here.
Mm-hmm. Only at your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store.
Right now?
Well, August 29th through September 9th.
Ah, bring it in. I'm a big hugger.
It's cool. Ask Sherwin-Williams August 29th through September 9th and save 30% on paints and stains with sale prices starting at $26.94. Only at your local Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
What's the focus? Pop culture, movies, and TV news. What's the focus? What's the focus?
All right. This is WTF, What's the Focus podcast. This is episode 12.5, going by halves. I am your host, Ryan, and join with me, as always, Mr. Mike Michio. How are you, Mike?
It's me, Mike Michio. Let's go. I'm super psyched to be here.
Yeah, man. I'm super psyched to have you, Mike. Super psyched to have you.
Thanks, man. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Yeah, sure. Hey, by the way, before we get actually started on the actual topics at hand, I did notice something that I'm surprised you didn't bring up. So I didn't know that Tom Clancy's Division was actually going to be turned into a series on Netflix until this afternoon. I just started reading about it.
Yeah, it's a series, right? It's not a movie?
I believe it's a series, and it's taking place just like the first game did, where it was like, I believe it was downtown, like Manhattan, right?
Yeah,
and it was just kind of like a not apocalyptic, but like, you know,
kind of. CDC has to come out. There's a virus spreading. Everyone gets sick. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. So no, I thought that was kind of cool because I know Amazon did the Tom Clancy movie or series just this last this last summer before, and the Jack Ryan one, and I was a huge fan of that. That was a
great show,
awesome series. So
yeah,
I just saw that this afternoon, and all of a sudden, just jump right back into my head, and I thought I would at least mention it again. I think that's going to be a lot of fun to watch, depending on who they cast and who they get for writing it. So
yeah, that'll be interesting. Do they say what network is going to be hosting it?
So that's going to be Netflix.
Oh, okay, nice.
So
they're going to have that, and they're going to have the Witcher series or movie, I believe. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So
which
again,
stars Henry Cavill, your former Superman.
Oh yeah, former Superman? Is he no longer Superman?
He's no longer Superman, man. He backed out of that role.
What? Is that why we didn't see him at the end of Shazam?
Yeah, that's why they chopped off his head and just kept the suit.
Man, how shitty would you feel shitty or okay about being the actor who played him, where they're like, hey, we just need you for your body, man. We don't need your face. We just need your bod.
Talk about just being used. Oh, God.
I'm not just a piece of meat.
Oh, I just want your body. That's all.
I just want your body. Oh, Billy.
Oh God. Oh wait. Would you do? Oh, would you do me? Oh,
I do me hard.
You so hard. Oh yeah,
dude. We just jumped into freaking some Jay and Silent Bob. We could talk about that at a later podcast too, man.
That's right. Yeah. Didn't they? I also read not too long ago. Kevin Smith. What? Aren't they doing a sequel to Clerks or something?
Yeah, they sure are. And that, dude, actually, Clerks 1 and Clerks 2 are two of my favorite movies. I mean, they are just hysterical. So I am pumped for that. But it is interesting seeing them now because they do look, significantly older. So, but they still got it, man. They'd be hilarious either which way. But anyway,
and kudos to Kevin Smith, man. He had a health scare not too long ago. I'm very, very glad he's okay. So
yeah, seriously, man. Yeah, I feel like health scare is even an understatement. I mean, he literally almost died.
Almost died. Yep.
Yeah. No, good to see him still up and working, which is great. So anyway, Mike, I'm gonna kind of let you take over this first segment, and we're gonna kind of jump around. This is kind of our focus of the week segment. So actually, for the time being, if you guys do not know how we do our actual rating system, this will be a brief recording to let you know how it's done.
Bum, bum, bum.
If it's something you wish you never saw, it's a poor rating. If it's something that you watched, that you didn't mind, but probably won't see it again, it's an average rating. If it's something you really enjoyed, but thought Some things could have been done better. Give it a good rating. And if it's something that you just couldn't keep your eyes off of, you will give it a maximum rating.
Liam Neeson just comes in super hot and just tells everybody how this rating system actually works.
Oh, dude, that was legit. I mean, it's got my focus. I mean, if you're not perked up by now, I don't know what's going to get you going. So
I think it's silly. I listen to it and I'm just like, it's not
pretty
cool.
silly.
It's not cool. It's kind of dumb, but whatever. I like to.
Hey, whatever, man. It works for now.
Yeah, I like to have fun.
Yeah, we'll change it up.
We're a new podcast. We're figuring things out. And you guys like them taking movies, I'm sure of it. So, enjoy fake Liam Neeson.
Hollywood loves them, so I mean they keep making sequels, so
yeah.
Obviously someone likes them.
Yeah. So pretty easy. What we're going to do, like I said before our little break, we're going to go and talk about individual topics that we were focusing on this last week. And then we're going to kind of just rate them. Like I said in the message before with Liam, it's going to be pretty much from poor, being at the lowest. Then we get an average rating to a good rating. And then if it's something you just couldn't keep your eyes off of, or you were just, focused in on it,
so mesmerized.
Yes. Mesmerized. Oh, yes. That's kind of more of a Sean Connery. I like it.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, maybe that'll be the next voice.
Oh, then you would give it a maximum focus. Oh, that was horrible. I'm horrible at it. That's okay. That's okay. I'll leave the voices to you, Mike. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So please take it over. Let's hear what you got, my friend.
So yeah, what's getting my focus here for the next week is an upcoming game for the Nintendo Switch, and it's a sequel to a game that came out a couple years ago for the Wii U, and this is the second iteration, and that's Super Mario Maker 2. And this is a fun little game. This is a fun little game that I had a lot of fun with the past several years playing on the Wii U and the Nintendo 3DS. If you've ever loved the nostalgia of classic Mario games, what this brings is obviously customized levels that either you create or the online community is creating, and it's just a real fun experience. And at this time around, it sounds like we're getting a new theme, which is the Super Mario World theme from Super Nintendo days. So what is already included right now is obviously retro, the original Super Mario Brothers, circa 1985 to Super Mario Brothers 3, and now, Super Mario World, as well as the new Super Mario Brothers, which is the closest thing to what, obviously the Wii versions and the Wii U versions of Super Mario 3D World looked like. So you get all these different great assets to play with and create all these awesome levels, and it's really, really cool to see how the first game kind of took off and, kind of became its own thing. And it was popular, throughout, a lot of online communities where people were making new courses, generating new speed run and time trials and stuff like that. It was really, really cool. What was really overall, what excited me is that the game never got dull to the point where every time you hopped online, you would go into this course world where you could continually play all these different randomized levels from what's getting pulled through the internet of actual approved levels. So the way that the system works is that, obviously if you create a level, the only way it gets uploaded online is that you have to go ahead and complete the level yourself. That then instates that this level, can be completed so that the others can enjoy it. And from there, obviously people online can, judge your course or like it and give it a rating, which is really, really cool. So for anyone who's honestly into, early game design or just interested to, get their hands wet with making courses and whatnot, back in the day, this was achieved over, making mods to games like, Doom and Wolfenstein 3D or, Quake and all those other, those early games that you can make mods for. And what's really, really neat is that this is now available to everybody, and they can just, build this community together. And it's just a good entry point for anyone that's either not familiar with the Mario series or, like just new kids growing up who just want to get their feet wet into the series and are intrigued with game design. Like, this is a great entry point. So very, very psyched. This is coming out this upcoming Friday. So it's got my strong focus for me. So I'm a huge Mario fan. Love the series, ever since the beginning. So very, very psyched. How about you, Ryan? You pretty fond of obviously playing as a kid?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's actually pretty funny what you just said about, whoever knows Super Mario. Maybe the young kids of today maybe don't know it as well as, people from our generation, which is so true, right? I mean, shoot, man, I remember hours and hours spent playing those games. So to see that now come back, in 2019, where you're able to do all these things like create your own courses. And I was reading about just certain themes you could do. And they even have like a 3D world that you can actually jump into. Mm-hmm. I mean, all that stuff is incredible to me. Again, me not being in any way, shape, or form an expert in video games, that by far for me in the world of video games is what, amazes me the most. I mean, just to see how far technology has came. But to take these old school characters that we grew up with, me and you, Mike, and now put it in like a format like that to where it's so co-op and you're just playing with so many different people, seeing other people's creativity within their development of what, theme or, what world they want to create is just awesome to me. I think it's just not only just a fun game, but it's kind of giving the, player an opportunity to have a little fun and be a little artistic when it comes to the level and gameplay. So, man, I'm definitely sold. I think that's great. The only thing for me is I do not have a Switch, and I've been told by many of people now that I have to purchase a Switch. I just haven't pulled the trigger. Obviously, I have the PS4. What the
fuck's wrong with you, Ryan? Buy a Switch.
Mario? Is that you?
Let's go. Come on, buddy.
Don't be a douchebag. See, I can't do voices. I'm leaving them to you. That was horrible. I don't even know what that turned into. It was so bad.
Man. No,
so
dude,
bad.
Switch is awesome. You should definitely check that out. But what's really cool about this iteration of this game is that they're going to have, in the course making, it's going to have a co-op feature. So this will be really, really cool for just people that, obviously want to do some couch co-op and just make levels together. That sounds very interesting. It definitely sounds like, it's probably going to be one of the more challenging things to do because obviously, you got to be pretty in sync with whatever your friend's doing. So, but if you get some two creative minds alike, I'm sure there's going to be some fun to be had for sure. So, very, very interested to see how this game's going to, it's going to come out, but obviously 6 months to a year after, how this whole like online community, how all this generate content is going to populate, the market. It's going to be really, really neat. And what's also really, really cool too is that what's introduced in this one versus the first is that this one actually has a story mode, which I believe has over 100 plus courses actually designed from Nintendo developers, which the first game did not.
Damn.
So that's pretty neat in itself. Like, we're going to actually get some official Nintendo approved levels, which is pretty neat. Kind of to see like, what can they do with the latest and greatest as far as like, all these different assets that maybe they can try to outdo themselves from all these years, throughout the history of all these great levels and whatnot that this whole series has provided us through the years. So pretty cool. Very excited. But
I've got a question. I'd like to raise my hand to the teacher, please.
Yes.
Oh,
yes, sir, in the back.
Yes, you nerdy kid in the back. So,
yes.
If I had to put a comparison to this game...
Please, stand up, sir.
Oh, teacher, what is it? Teacher, my teacher? Is that what it is? Dead Poet Society?
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll do it for you, Mike. I'll do it only for you.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome. Okay, so just in the realm of getting similar, not a similar game, but the similar characters. So let's just go back now to what people, there has to be more people like me. My biggest thing is like Mario Kart. like when I remember characters from Mario Kart, because I played Mario Kart like a loon. In comparison to this game and Mario Kart, are we looking at the same characters? Are we going to see Toad, Bowser, Wario? I mean, are those all optional characters for this game?
So what's really, really cool, and I forgot to touch on this, was that the first game had, I don't know if you're familiar with the amiibos, that, the little collectible toys that have the NFC chip inside them.
Oh man, I thought that was like a rare infection that I got at some point last year. Like
I have amiibo virus.
I got the bad case of amiibos earlier this year.
Yeah, well,
brutal.
I definitely have the infection because I own about, I don't know, maybe over 100 of these little fuckers, and I don't even know where to put them. But anywho, what these allow you to do when you scan them into the game, they actually will, for certain supported amiibo, whatever character you have, like you were saying, like Wario and some of the other Mario Kart characters or Donkey Kong or whatever, they will actually transfer in. I know in the last game, it was the 8-bit version of Mario, the retro version, that you would get an 8-bit version of the avatar that you would be playing with in the retro Mario game, which was really, really cool. And it had special sound effects and everything associated to that character.
Yeah.
So pretty awesome.
Yeah,
and
that's
pretty
awesome.
darn sure
like
that's going to carry forward for this game. But it'll be interesting to see if there's any little. Yeah, I mean, this game's going to have a crap ton of Easter eggs. So who knows? Like, that'd be really, really cool if they had maybe some more rendered assets from like Super Mario World and Super Mario Brothers 3. But so far, it looked like just from that last game, they definitely fully supported like all the classic Nintendo characters. Like, you could be Link, and you could be, obviously Wario or all the different princesses, whether it's Peach or Daisy and Rosalina, like all these princesses and all these other great characters, even Toad, like you were saying earlier too. So. Yeah, I hope I definitely feel like there will be carry forward for that as well. So yeah.
In multiplayer game mode, just give me a scenario. Give me how would it go if me and you right now hopped online together? Like, what would be the premise? Like, what would be our goal in multiplayer? Why would people are you battling each other? Are you going through courses? Like, what is it?
Yeah, I mean, I think there might be some type of multiplayer element where you can maybe do, time trials or see see what your record is against your friend as far as completing a course. I don't know if there is, and there might be, because there's been rumored online that, there might be some continuous multiplayer where, obviously we're in the same course together and we're running through together on a 2D level or whatever. So that would be pretty neat, but I don't know if that was announced. So, as far as the online stuff, I think it's more about sharing, see what your friends are building, and track their progress, and I mean, obviously, I guess you can compete for whoever has the most highest approved course score and whatnot. So, because I believe obviously Nintendo is going to have moderators that moderate that type of content, and they're going to push your content up near the top of the top user generated courses, so your stuff is going to be flagged appropriately, which is pretty neat.
Challenge accepted. You're on, Mike.
Exactly, right? So yeah, I mean, you can definitely toot your own horn, which is pretty cool. So,
and I will beep beep, you know what I mean?
Yeah, got to get you a Switch first.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah, that seems like a lot of fun. Like I said, I didn't know a ton about that game going into it, but obviously knowing the characters, know what we've seen in the past and how much fun I've had then. So yeah, pretty cool. I do need to invest. I know my brother has a Switch. He really enjoys it. Obviously you have one too. So I guess I have, a couple reasons to get it.
Come on, get going. Get with it.
Don't peer pressure me. You're all like, hey, everybody's doing it, man. Everybody's getting a Switch.
Yeah, you got a son too. He's like a year old, and 1 year he'll want to start playing with you. You never know.
Oh no. I can't have that, man. I think all the rules are like keep video games away from children.
Oh yeah, until maybe they're like, I don't know, 4 or 5. We'll see.
Whatever,
but if there ever was a game to start him off on, this would be it, right? Like, this is old school as it gets, and you're giving him, access to tools where he might actually create levels. And could you even imagine that? Like, look, Dad, look what I made. And you'd be like, holy fuck, I couldn't even beat this back in the day. Like, let alone even think about creating a level. Like,
yeah, I probably couldn't even beat it today.
Yeah, exactly. So pretty cool. I mean, I know for sure, this is a great entry point for games as far as, any young child goes. So definitely.
Do you even remember the first game you ever played?
Oh, it has to be the original Mario Brothers. So I was born in '85, and that's the year the NES came out.
Spoiler alert!
I know, right? And
85.
yeah,
Oof.
yeah. I'm literally as old as Mario.
That's awesome.
Except he never ages for some reason.
Yeah, and here we are, getting older, feeling sore every day.
Old sack of shit. No, I'm just kidding.
Man, I gotta what is that Eddie Murphy line from Nutty Professor? And they were trying to be all optimistic, and they go, "Well, you're as young as you feel," and the guy turns around and go, "Well, I must be 187."
Nice. Yeah.
Oh, so relatable, so sad, so
sad.
Well, anyway, man, do you have anything more that we can dive into that, or is that it for the time being? You said it's coming out tomorrow.
No, it's coming out this upcoming Friday. So,
I quit.
The 28th, bro.
Okay,
so
all
soon.
Right.
5 days. We got 5 days.
By the way, totally off topic. Love everything you said, but it just popped into my head. I did just buy my Spider-Man tickets today.
Ooh, nice.
Yes, sir.
That's exciting.
I thought it was weird that the movie was opening up on a Tuesday. I feel like,
I think that's in conjunction with the 4th of July holiday, right? That's July 2nd.
Yeah. Totally. It's still weird to me because here I bought a ticket for a Tuesday, and I was just not used to going to the theater on a Tuesday.
But that's just weird, man. Because I was also hearing from a buddy at work that he was saying that Dr. Sleep, it's not coming out. It's coming out November 8th for us, but internationally, it's actually releasing earlier around Halloween. So I was like, wait, what? So the way I guess this stuff is distributed is based upon whoever's got the leadway in negotiations, I guess. So
that's pretty bullshit.
It is, right? Like I'm like, dude, I don't want to hear any freaking spoilers on Twitter, man. Hell no.
Well, just like Endgame when we approach that, it's just. It's hard for me because I really do like to be on social media to, find new things and then post it to our page to inform people.
You take that chance though,
Yeah, you take that chance, and I don't want to get it spoiled for me. I already listened to a ton of different podcasts that have already gone into their theories and predictions, and every time I'm like, all right, that's enough. All of a sudden I see something new and I'm like, ooh.
Just, I know. And then you run into a spoiler and you're just like, God, fuck, if only I waited a day, then I would have been fine.
I know. It's a real problem. But admitting it's the first step. So I'm in the right direction.
Yeah. You'll be fine.
I'll be fine.
You'll make it.
I'll be fine. Yeah, I'll do all right. No, but I am pumped. Man, July 2nd, Spider-Man. I have a pretty late showing just because I'm going after work, but totally worth it. Super, super pumped up for that one. It should be good. And I heard there's actually some Psycho in credit scene. So I don't know.
So I was reading a little rumors online that somewhere, I don't know if it got leaked or this is probably fucking, I don't know, probably a farce or whatever, but
is this fake news?
Some connection to Venom. I don't know if they're going to do that, but that's what I was saying.
There's been so many different theories to go around in the new Spider-Man movie within people just going crazy that they're opening up the Spider-Verse or the possibility. We don't know if, Mr. Clinton Beck or whatever Mysterio's character is, being truthful or not, where he came from. But regardless.
Did you hear Tom Holland really wants to make a live action Spideyverse movie with actually Tobey Maguire and Andy Garfield and everybody?
That's what I was going to be actually referring to. So people were already speculating that those people were going to be in this movie and that's just something that to throw them off the scent.
Oh, dude, they could totally do that with Mysterio. That would be okay. All right, I'm getting a little bit of a boner. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry, guys.
I do feel weird about it,
I feel a little weird, but I'm not
super empowered at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. Sweet. You got me excited in more ways than one. All right.
Yeah. I like where this night's going, man. This night's going. I have a good feeling about it. We haven't even gotten to like the halfway point, so we're doing pretty well.
Yeah, we're rolling, man.
Yeah, we're rolling. We're cruising even. All right. So yeah, thank you again for going into Super Mario Maker 2. Seems like a lot of fun coming out this month on the 28th. So everybody go and check it out and try connect. So wait, is there an online ID, Mike? Last question, to where people would be able to, like, if you were to post your ID on this podcast and people pick that up and they wanted to play with you or play against you or whatever, is that something that you would be able to do once that game came out?
Yeah. So Nintendo's a little weird with their online accounts since they just this past year just came out with their new online account system for the Switch. I think everything is by gamer tag now, but it used to be by actual I guess it was a friend code, which was obviously a series of numbers and letters. But I think for this game, you should be able to just link through your gamer tag or gamer ID. So yeah, for me myself, if anyone wants to, obviously link up, send me a friend request or whatever. But yeah, we'll definitely drop that in the in Twitter.
Sweet. Cool. Yeah, I think that'd be fun if anybody had that game and they wanted to, play with you a little bit and have some fun on that game. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. Does anybody want to play with me?
Nobody wants to play with me.
Nobody.
Look at the desperate desperate measures we go through to meet people.
I know, we're so desperate.
So
desperate. But anyways, check it out. It's coming up this Friday. Let's go. So
let's go. All right, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into my segment, if you don't mind, my friend.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So there's a little backstory to this. Not a huge one, but a little one. So I come across this trailer by accident. I'm just, every day I'm cruising IMDb. I'm going on, iTunes trailers. I'm going on YouTube. I'm just trying to find anything new. And then if anything sparks my interest, obviously I'll post about it and then I'll bring it up to Mike and we'll probably talk about it. So Ready or Not, which actually comes out August 23rd this year, 2019. Caught my eye big time. And then I actually sent the link over to you, Mike. And before I get into it, what did you just think about it?
Yeah, it was very interesting. So, I mean, obviously it's playing off of, the whole game night / horror movie type deal. It kind of reminded me of, obviously, the game of Clue.
Yes.
It also reminded me of, that movie that came out not too long ago with Jason Bateman. Was that called Game Night, I believe? Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, that. And then it kind of feels like it's got some elements of like The Purge, just with the whole, obviously, the killing and whatnot. But this movie looks fucking wacko, man. Like this is out there. So, yeah, looks very, very interesting. It looks very different. I don't feel like it's kind of been done before. So, yeah, I mean, I was definitely at first when you sent me that link, I'm like, "Whoa, is Margot Robbie in this horror movie? What is
right?"
This?
I know,
because this actress looks just like her. So,
yeah, no, it's so funny. I thought the exact same thing. I was like, "Oh, Margot Robbie making an appearance, and look at the dramatic transformation she went through to get into this role."
Yeah,
nope, that is actually Samara Weaving, so completely different person.
Just as good looking. It's fine.
Yeah, equally as good looking. Yeah, so kudos there. Good for you.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah, no, but she already looks like just from the trailer, and we're going to watch the trailer and give a little reaction to it live. But well, I guess it wouldn't be live, but live for us. But yeah, no, she looks like she dove into this role pretty heavily. And she looks like she did a great job already. So, yeah, dude, I totally concur with what you said. It's a very interesting mix of movies. So I believe I told you I agree with Clue. I think it reminded me of Clue. I mean, you literally see a maid in the library. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Everyone's got assigned roles, it seems like. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody has a different weapon. One guy has a crossbow, another person has like a machete. It's like, okay, who has the candlestick? You know what I mean? Who's got that? And they're in the study or whatever. So, yeah, Clue, big time. I mean, right off the bat, that just stood out like a sore thumb. And then I said kind of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Within the realm of the family is very much teaming up against poor Samara Weaving, who's playing the character Grace. They are in I believe it was just a game that they're playing, and the card that she picked was hide and seek. So, yeah, obviously, ready or not, here I come, hide and seek. Yeah, we all get it, right?
Yeah.
But it takes obviously a sinister turn. Everybody's, taking part in this game, and while they're giving her the rules of this game, they said, all you have to do is, survive until, pretty much daytime. And then she goes, yeah, right. And the guy gets a serious look on his face and goes, good luck. And then it takes off from there. And then you just see her hiding around the mansion, going in a bunch of different secret doors.
All on a wedding night too, right? Like that's what's so weird about this setup. So, like you think a person, and then I guess she's with this. I assume this family is obviously the groom's family, right?
Yes, correct.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, you're. I guess from her point of view, you don't know what you're getting yourself into as far as how the audience is going to feel. So, yeah.
I feel like a good prank would be to like have our families watch this movie and then give it some time, give it a few months, and then just be like, hey guys, I'm thinking maybe we should play a little game of tag.
Yeah, exactly. Let's up the ante a little bit. Life's getting a little boring.
Be dead serious about it, and then just pull out a bunch of medieval weapons. There
you go.
No, okay. Out of all seriousness, no, seriously, let's do that. But anyway, the other movie that it obviously reminded me of was like Most Dangerous Game, right? They're hunting her, so it's an interesting premise of a show. I believe I read it was an original screenplay. So the writers of this actually started off with their own little screenplay of this movie. So,
did you actually check out the directors? Did you ever see that horror movie VHS? It was kind of like that movie that had all. I almost want to say it was almost like a Black Mirror, where it had a bunch of little miniseries.
Yes, yeah. That, like, you're talking about the Matt Bettinelli whole plan, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty interesting. So I guess this is their next directorial debut or whatever, but
he's done a lot of horror. So the interesting part is about this trailer is there's, regardless of how much horror we've saw in the trailer, there was just equal amount of dark humor that tagged along with it. So again, it's one of those ones. I got on Twitter and I started just sending out messages to a couple of folks, and I said, yeah, what do you think of this? Have you guys seen this? And I gotta say, if you guys plan on looking up this trailer, and we're gonna play a trailer, but we're not gonna play the Redband trailer, please look up the Redband trailer when you get a chance after we do this one. It shows some pretty graphic things, but they are awesome, and I really think everybody would enjoy it. It's a lot of fun to watch. So Mike, I want to just kind of dive into this trailer. Do you have that pulled up by any chance, my friend?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right. How much time is your video saying, just so we know we're synced up here? Is it a 2-minute, 31-second video on YouTube?
This one says 2:51.
What?
Doesn't say Redband, though.
So you get a 20-second longer trailer?
Oh, man. Yeah, I guess. I get all the good stuff. That's not Redband.
Wow.
All right, here it is. All right, I got the 2:31. I got it.
Okay, so are we playing? Is that Redband then?
Yeah, I guess that's Redband.
Oh, okay. Well, I said we weren't going to do it, but you know what? Let's just do it.
I mean, this is a non-rated podcast. Who cares?
This is what's the fucking focus podcast.
What's the focus?
I was feeling like I wanted to be the band from all of those Will Ferrell, Vince Vaughn movies, and just add the word "fuck" to that. What's the fucking focus?
Yeah, WTFF. Yes.
But then I have to go through all this rebranding, and I can't handle that right now. I have so much.
It's too much pressure. Can't take it.
Too much. All right, let's freaking do this.
Let's do it.
Ready? All right, 3, 2, 1, play it.
We're gonna start the count.
Oh God!
There's the countdown.
Yep. Great song.
Great song. That's it.
Like I'm watching
Swayze, Demi Moore. That's it.
In half an hour, I will be a part of the Ladomus Gaming.
Oh, she gets a little sign here that games are important to this family with that game case there in the beginning.
I honestly can't wait to be a part of your family.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
She
look at
looks
that
friendly.
grandma stare.
There's
Jesus
just one more
Christ.
thing.
She should play Pennywise.
You are officially part of the family. So at midnight, you have to play a game.
Love it.
Why
It's just something.
There's
we do.
Colonel
It's something
Mustard.
we have to
What if I don't want to play a game?
a game?
Who gets the Winchester rifle?
What game?
I don't know. Some asshole.
Hide and seek? Are we really going to play that?
Well, the rules.
Look at. She thinks it's so ridiculous, right? She's like, "Are we really gonna play that?"
Anywhere. We then try to.
You have
find
no idea
So
what you're
there's
getting
no way
yourself
for
into.
me to win,
Oh yeah,
right?
go and do an
Oh, look at that.
elevator
We're in that
shot.
little cupboard elevator shop.
Good luck. hell is this? How old is this thing?
Look at this arsenal of weaponry.
I know
It's
you're
like
in
battle
here.
royale. Awesome.
Oh my god.
Oh, what?
Oh, Jesus.
Dude,
You
she
shot
just
the
cold
maid.
clocked
Does she
her right
look
in the
like she's wearing
face.
giant
Yeah, half of her head is
Emily?
missing and her eyeballs hanging out of her skull.
Oh, she's gurgling blood. That's awesome.
It's insane.
That's it. Time to rip off this wedding dress. Time to get hella athletic on this bitch.
Time to survive.
And perform the ritual. We're all dead.
Oh, here you go. Ritual. That's what this
Found
is.
her.
Interesting.
Family tradition.
God damn it, Emily!
I don't know what I'm doing.
We see Adam Brody, who we just saw in
Today's
Shazam.
video is called
Yeah.
Getting to Know Your Crossbow.
I forgot my gun.
Why don't you just use mine?
Mr. Lodomus, I just saw her running.
Ooh.
Oh, what a shot.
Oh my God!
That was a nice O face. Oh.
Oh, she looks like she gets into it, and she gets...
Sacrifice.
Oh, yeah. See? She goes full Rambo.
Do you think this is a fucking game?
Oh, wow. Looks like she gets a little sick at the end. Looks like she enjoys it a little bit.
Oh, yeah. That could be a really cool story arc for her.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was very Addams Family-esque there with the whole family portrait at the very end of that.
Right? Oh, man, dude. Like, the movie looks fucking crazy. It just looks insane.
See, I love that because I just feel like that there's not going to be for me, I don't think there's going to be a dull part of that entire movie. I think the whole thing just looks amazingly entertaining.
Yeah. It looks out of this world. It's weird.
I know. I love the weird. I embrace the weird, as you know. I mean, you're friends with me. You know I embrace the weird.
No, and this is the thing. Like, I love horror movies. I love campy horror movies. Like, I will definitely watch this, but I don't want to feel like I'm just gonna be disappointed. But this, I mean, it could potentially be a little something. So I'll give it a chance for sure.
All right. So the actual storyline, I'm going to read it just so people can get a clear understanding, even though they just listen to the trailer. Because it's listening, might still be better for you guys to get the description. So Ready or Not follows a young bride, who's the Samara Weaving, as she joins her new husband's, who plays Mark O'Brien, rich, eccentric family, Adam Brody, Henry Czerny, Andy McDowell, and a time-honored tradition that turns into lethal game with everyone fighting for their survival. Although it doesn't seem like, Mike, that everybody's fighting for their survival. It kind of looks like they're all just teaming up on her.
Yeah.
Unless they're trying to survive from her, because at the end, like you said, it looks like she's kind of whooping some ass herself.
Yeah, unless it's like I don't know. I mean, unless there's the game changes and then the focus of like, oh, who you got to kill shifts at some point during the film. So, we'll see. I mean, there's going to be different. I mean, there's going to be rules to this game, right? So things could change.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, if it's a game, there's going to be rules, and I have a feeling they probably honor all of them because they do take it so serious.
Exactly. So when they say ritual, that is interesting because now it makes me feel like is there some type of sacrificing or like some religion, based or some type of seance, something going on here. So yeah.
So the crop grows better the next year.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So what exactly is the ritual for? I guess what's the intention?
Yeah, so. That's a great point. Something else I really enjoyed that you said is actually like you told me during the trailer, like, oh, look, now it looks like she almost enjoys it. That reminds me, if anybody, and I shouldn't say if anybody, a ton of people have fucking watched The Walking Dead. I love the beginning of that to where you see the characters fighting to even kill zombies. To the point where all of a sudden you go now and you watch it and it's effortless. It's not even a thought. It's not like something they have to think about. Their humanity has kind of been killed off a little bit for survival. And that looks exactly like what happened to her in this trailer. I mean, in the very beginning, she's scared, she's timid. And now, throughout this, she's obviously surviving and she's having to do things to survive that she probably wouldn't do, under the circumstances. So you're seeing that character development big time and kind of seeing her lose herself in it. So that's cool, man. I like that. This looks like a fun movie. I can't wait.
No, totally. I mean, like you were saying, like, when put up against the odds and, fighting for your survival, I feel like this is kind of relatable just to, you were saying, obviously you're saying dangerous game, but, you can totally, I could see, it's not without the realm of reason that, you become a different person at the end of experiencing something like this. So, yeah.
Look at
see
the
her
cover.
character at the end, just like almost relish what she's doing near the end of that, that trailer. So,
yeah,
pretty interesting.
I mean, the poster just of her, she has the Winchester with a full locked ammo across the chest.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, that alone.
She's
still wearing that wedding dress.
She's going to war, man.
She's going to war. Yeah. So I think that's cool. She starts off as somebody who is, the victim. And then it looks kind of like by the end of it, people are running from her, which I fucking love. I think that's cool.
Yeah, no, totally. And
flip the script.
Yeah, exactly. And all these characters look pretty interesting. So what's going to be interesting is how much of the setup they're going to have before the actual game starts. So like I presume no more than maybe 20, 30 minutes. And then that's it. We start getting right into it. And yeah, I hope it kind of just carries itself out. And, what's going to be important as far as like any big horror film, the series of twists that happen, and then hopefully it's got some twist that actually has some meaningful impact at some point where, you actually, it kind of misleads the audience. So a lot of misdirection. I hope there's a lot of misdirection, and then there's a payoff at the end, which will be great.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
That way it makes it a little more complex, and then it gives it a good finish.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's Ready or Not. Like I said, that's coming to us August 23rd this year. So we don't have too long to wait for that. And it's so typical, right? You see these big name releasers, obviously. I can't even say Endgame because that's in a level of its own. But you see these big movies and they have, 8 to 10 months, maybe even a year time where you see like snippets of trailers. This trailer just got dropped, I think, like, a week or two ago. And it's only 2 months away from being actually in the movie theater. So.
Yeah, pretty good. I kind of like that. This. I mean, I prefer getting 1 to 2 trailers, no more than that. So, I mean, at that point, you're just exposing the film too much. So,
yeah, I hope we don't get any more trailers from this because the Redband trailer that we just watched is plenty.
More than enough, right? Like that shotgun scene in itself at the end when the maid gets shot, like that would be pretty awesome to see for shock value in the actual movie for a first time watching. So, hope we don't see anything else.
Yeah, and, some of these scenes could be cut out and then refilmed in a different way. We don't know. So sometimes they like to give away a lot if they know they're not going to use it. And then what we see in the theater, we don't.
You think they're going to go the full Avengers route and just completely, like it's just a completely different scenes that we're never
Why not? I mean, you already take so many different shots of each scene just for
That'd be pretty cool, man. That'd be pretty cool.
I'd say a lot more people are going to start doing that if they're not already.
It's smart, right? Like, I mean, you got to think about it. All you're really trying to do in a trailer is advertise and get people to get their ass to the movie. So as long as at that point, you can totally change it up and alter scenes a little bit, and just keep it fresh, which is pretty good. I mean, I definitely appreciate what Marvel did for Endgame. It's pretty intriguing to see how they switched all up those scenes that we never actually saw in the movie. Which was like the Black Widow firing range scene that was in the trailer that was not in the movie, and then something I think there was a Bruce Banner scene, right, where he's not Professor Hulk, right?
Yeah,
he's actually just Mark Ruffalo's character, which is pretty.
Yeah, well, look at dude. Now they had so much extra scenes that they shot from that movie. Now they're bringing it back into theaters. So I know some people when they hear that they're like, "Oh, well, it's not even out of theaters."
They're completely changing the ending. That's it. Iron Man survives.
Oh my gosh! Oh, people would lose it, dude.
Yeah,
and then it's crazy. Like, which one are we going to use going forward? It'd be like, oh fuck me.
They would never do that.
They would never.
Wow.
Oh my god, I can't.
What they need to do, they need to do that. They need to do that for the the digital or Blu-ray release for Game of Thrones season 8. Because I already heard that there was. A couple scenes that they wanted to go differently from the directors, I heard. So,
I have more than a couple, but
yeah, I know, right?
Why'd you have to bring that up again? I was
because
going through a
it's
good
still
spell.
relevant. It's the same year, man. This just happened like a month ago.
I know, and now the prequel is actually already being filmed. So that's coming down too. Damn it! Now you look at it, you got me talking about it. Shit.
Yeah, we can't act like it's been like 20 years since. I mean,
I can and I will. I'm in denial about everything. Just give me this, damn it.
Exactly.
All right. Well, that's all I got for Ready or Not, my friend. Yeah, that looks like a fun one. So, again, I am excited about it. Anything else going into that one, or can we move on past it?
Oh, God. Can we go to the next subject? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, you know what? Before we get going, let's take a little break, and then we'll come back. We'll finish our last segment, and we'll let these poor people go. Does that sound all right?
That sounds great. Hold on, everyone.
We'll be back.
WTF What's the Focus podcast is brought to you by Anchor. Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Anchor gives you everything you need in one place for free, which you can use right from your phone or computer. Creation tools allow you to record and edit your podcast so it sounds great. They'll even distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard everywhere, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many more. You can easily make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. Download the Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started.
All right, welcome back.
We're back.
We're back. The boys are back.
The boys back in town.
All right, so while we were on break, Mr. Michio gets serious. Since the last podcast, we were so serious.
Why so serious?
Which, by any chance, if you guys are not, if you have not listened to that last episode, we did a full breakdown of the Joker. Again, we are a new podcast, and I wanted to explain, if you guys hear some audio problems, we are very much working on these audio problems. We are very aware of it. We are figuring things out as we go. So hopefully this episode sounds a little better than the last one within the volume aspect of it. So just wanted to drop that out there to let you know that it is something we've recognized, and we will perfect it eventually. But we'll see how it goes on this one.
Totally.
I want to give my actual review, or not review, but actual rating for the last movie.
Ready or Not trailer.
Ready or Not trailer. So, and thank you, Mike. You're the one who actually reminded me of it. I can't believe I forgot. So horrible.
What's his focus, huh?
Liam is so upset with me. I'm going to give that a... I want to give it a maximum real bad, but I'm going to give it a good.
All right.
Again, it's so wild and crazy that it looks fun, and it looks like a great movie when it comes to the trailer. But some of those trailers, sometimes when you actually see the movie, maybe they gave a little bit away within the Redband trailer, and maybe there's not, as much exciting new factors that come into the movie. So I'm just a little hesitant. Still definitely worth going to the movie theaters and seeing this movie. I definitely will. But I'm going to give it a good rating. And then obviously when this movie comes out, I would love to go see it, maybe even a couple times. And then we'll do a full spoiler breakdown on Ready or Not when it comes out. So, yep, I'm going to give it a good.
Cool. Yeah,
sound good?
It sounds good. I mean, like you were saying, man, I've been misled before with some of these horror trailers, so it's kind of hit or miss at this point. Be prepared for it to be either horrible or be prepared for it to be something new and maybe refreshing. And for what it looks like, I mean, it's not too similar to what's already what Hollywood's putting out there. So I'm intrigued. I'll definitely be keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
All right, so next segment we're actually going to jump into. We did a little bit of a we broke down the trailer of this show about 4 or 5 podcasts ago, and that's Jessica Jones season 3. So this just came out, I believe, a week and a half ago, and so we're not going to give a total spoiler review. We don't want to give this away for everybody. I don't expect
first impressions. Maybe that's about it.
Yeah, I don't expect everybody to go as psycho as I did. I polished off this in 3 days. Each episode's about an hour, if not right on an hour. And there are 13 episodes of the show, so I don't expect a lot of people to be staying up until 2 a.m. like I am and watching these shows. But I did, and I got to say, it was definitely worth it for me. So
yeah. Well, I mean, aside from Daredevil, this Jessica Jones series was a much stronger, series as far as the Netflix series, Marvel shows. So I'm happy it's getting a finish. So
I agree to a point. I agree in the fact that in comparison to Daredevil and then Luke Cage and then Iron Fist, it's definitely my second runner up. But I think in the second season, like, it slowed down a lot for me. You had one of the best villains, Kilgrave, in the first season that was just so dark. A guy who can just, make you do whatever he wanted to do. And he was a crazy person. And so, having you kill yourself, having you kill others, do all of his dirty bidding for you was terrifying. And then the second season for me was just, it was just slower. It was just more of a character, where she came from, story about, her and her mother, and, more relationship based. When this is a superhero show, I want more superhero shit. Not to say there wasn't powers involved, but man, I don't know. I want something more.
Hey, man, they probably had a tight budget. I don't know,
Yeah,
they had to recycle a lot from these shows because I feel like there's a lot of sets being reused.
Yeah, I get it, and I understand. Especially now seeing the third season, I understand the second season a lot better. I will say that. How about that? So,
no, totally. I mean, I feel the same way. It kind of drifted off for me. I was definitely at first. I'm like, oh wow, like Jessica's mom is going to be in the show. Like, oh, it seems like she's going to be mainly the villain. There's a little transformation that goes on, but then at that point you're wondering, oh, can she really trust her mom? Is she I mean, at this point, how much of her is actually left after all the experiments that I believe that Dr. Malice, does on her. And I believe is he also the same doctor that did the experiments to save her as well, Jessica?
Yes, except her injuries weren't as extensive. So she was able to actually get the help that she needed. And then she was released after 3 weeks, where her mother's injuries were obviously way, way more severe, to where that, he had to take her under her wing, declare her even dead, to be able to actually help her further kind of under the radar, to kind of give her that serum to not only heal her, but which eventually gave her, her strength and all of her powers herself to match her daughter. So
interesting.
Yeah, so pretty.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised they went that route with the origin versus the comic origin, which I believe we went over not too long ago. But it was just a car accident, and they ended up, having to be nearby some radioactive chemicals, and that's honestly how she got her powers. So like that just seemed like a more of a simpler approach that could have been handled in season 1. So kind of interesting how they went about it in this season.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they gave them the car accident, just no chemicals, right? I mean. Mm-hmm. They had half of the equation right there. They just had to
exactly like you were saying. Like they had to declare them dead, and then they went ahead and did their experiments on them, and obviously transformed them. So I was definitely intrigued too with the second season with the Trish character, her buddy, because she's obviously early on in that season is dealing with a bunch of. She's got some, big time superhero envy from, her so-called sister, Jessica. Right. So,
jealousy, ugly cat.
Yeah, exactly. So, she obviously, I think she was getting hooked to like whatever that drug was that gave her like that super strength for a short time being. And then, she was almost like a drug addict. And then Jessica was helping her to, get through withdrawals and get sober again or whatever. And then, I believe at some point she actually gets experimented on by Dr. Malice, and how that season kind of ends, with obviously her looking like she's now part apart, almost got powers just like Jessica, but she doesn't fully understand the extent of what she's capable of yet.
Yeah, and this part is a spoiler. We're gonna go ahead and just put that out there now that season 2 is up for grabs. It's been out long enough, so I feel like we could talk about that.
Yeah, totally.
A huge part in season 2, also at the very end, is also her taking out Jessica's mother.
Oh, brutal! That was such a sudden scene. Like I was like, "Whoa! All right, cool. I guess she's dead." Snipes her on the Ferris wheel.
I know, and I mean,
yeah.
And for me, when I watched that scene, she didn't look like she did anything wrong. She had it in her head that was the right call. And regardless of it being, her sister's biological mother or not, this was a crazed serial killer who needed to be put down. And she felt like she was the person to have to do it. And she did, which again leads very much into season 3 with a lot of complicated feelings and relationships, obviously between Trish and Jessica Jones. So, Yeah, I mean that part for me was definitely took me by surprise. It was surprising.
Yeah, it was surprising, and it was also kind of just too predictable. And I feel like the writing got a little lazy with it because, here's this thing: it's like, okay, this is someone that obviously is wanted, right? And you think like, I don't know what it is, like why they write this in Hollywood, especially for a series. Like they have to kill the character versus, why don't you just go out and freaking leave the country and go in hiding, right? Like, I don't understand like why like it had to be. Like she had to be like literally she takes Jessica, kidnaps her, and is trying to, persuade her that, hey, we need to be together and this and that. And instead of just kind of like laying low, like, which is what any real, criminal or villain or whatever would do, right? Like stop pressing the issue. So I don't know. It just felt really predictable. I was just like, okay, obviously she's going to die at some point. So who's it going to be? And I was surprised. I was surprised to see that it was going to be her best friend. But hey, that's her best friend, right? Like she cares about Jessica a lot. So
best friend and sister. I mean, yeah. I mean, she was pretty much adopted. Not pretty much. She was adopted into Trisha's family, but they've known each other forever, and they very much see each other as sisters. So again, a huge thing to happen for both these characters now to be at odds. And then the mom, I loved the mom, played by Janet McTeer. She creeped me out, man. She did a great job.
She did, man. She made me feel really uneasy at times. It was hard watching.
she just like, there were certain scenes where she just would not blink. And she just had that really intense look in her eye.
Like, Mom, what the fuck is wrong with you, Mom? God.
You got the craziest look in your eye right now.
I don't like that look, man. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Easy, like you just said, it totally did. And you know what? That's what they wanted. So in that regard, not my favorite season out of the 3. I would definitely classify my favorites as 1, 3, 2. But she did a great job. I mean, and she's very well known. She's a very successful woman.
Damn, so you've already finished the 3rd season?
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying.
You motorboat son of a bitch.
I know.
God, you old sailor, you.
I know. And Nicole watched every episode with me. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Megan watches with me too. It's kind of our go-to for if nothing else is on. We'll just be like, all right, well, let's just catch up on some of those old, not old, but let's just, those canceled Netflix shows. Let's just take a look.
So speaking of that too, I would have to say my wife is more upset about that than I am, which is surprising. But when I said, hey, by the way, Jessica Jones season 3 is out on Netflix, do you want to watch it? She had the biggest look of disappointment, like, ever. You would have thought I told her, like, by the way, I took out a second mortgage on the house and now we're losing it all. Like, it was a horrible look. And she's just like, I am so pissed off that they took all these. I was like, hey, listen, like, I know. And she's like, but Daredevil. I was like, I know.
Yeah.
It's so upsetting. And then that, I started thinking about it but more and more. And now it's confirmed. Like, we're not going to see these characters for a minimum. And this is a minimum. And I think this is generous. 2 years.
Yeah.
We're not going to see a Daredevil. We're not going to see an Iron Fist. We're not going to see a Luke Cage. We're not going to see a Jessica Jones. And if anybody, really enjoyed these renditions of these characters, like, Ritter is no longer going to play Jessica Jones,
Yeah.
Like, I thought she was awesome.
Kind of sad. I thought she was great.
And to be honest, it would be, I think the time is appropriate because any sooner I feel like people would be up in arms and they'd be like, no, that's not my Jessica Jones. Like, fuck off. Like, I'm not ready to see another character. You know what I mean? It's still too fresh. So they are definitely spacing these out. And, we probably won't get the new versions of them for, I would say 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even knock out the realm of possibility that maybe there's something to be seen as far as if they would actually go forth and bring some of these characters to live action. I mean, to actual the silver screen. So I don't know. I feel like obviously the ones that were strongest obviously were Daredevil and Jessica Jones. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. So.
No, recast how you want for Iron Fist. I don't give a shit.
Exactly. Yeah, whoever played Johnny Rand. God, terrible. Wasn't he in Game of Thrones?
Danny Rand?
Yeah, the actor that played him. Wasn't he? Oh my God, wasn't he Renly's lover, Renly Baratheon?
You're right. I think that is him.
Yeah, I think that's him. So yeah. So yeah.
Crazy.
I mean, he wasn't horrible, but like I wasn't feeling it.
No, but I would straight up want people online to make a petition for Charlie Cox to be Matt Murdock once again, because
he was great. He was great.
He was phenomenal. He was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then you look at the Punisher. I mean, another one.
There's a second season of that out too with John Bernthal.
Did you watch that season?
I seen the first season, but no, I actually liked the first season. It was really good.
You know what? You've got some homework to do yourself, buddy.
Dude, I lost hope, man, after I started hearing. I mean, what Defenders comes out, and then maybe a month or two later, that's it. We're going to start canceling these shows. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, they fucked up Defenders big time. They had the potential to make that just incredible, but obviously that didn't
actually
work.
No way. I'm sorry. It's after Iron. So this is ironic as hell, because the first season of Iron Fist not well received. It was. Second season of Iron Fist actually got, I think, a lot more higher praise. And then after that, they started canceling these shows. And I was just like, okay, well, I guess it is what it is.
Yeah. Nobody's really happy about it. And now that Hulu is owned by Disney, I have a feeling, well, I know for a fact that there's a lot of things coming from Marvel to Hulu within these next 2 years. And obviously we're not going to see anything really going forward coming new as at least a Netflix original series having to do with anything Marvel now. So disappointing. But hey, keep your fingers crossed. You never know. Maybe some of these actors get, repicked up, just like the
it could happen
movie. Those are a lot of the same characters from the first, and that one bombed. So it's a possibility.
Yeah. Never say never. The fans' voices are very, very powerful. So I'm sure if give it some time, like you're saying, if have it a year go by or almost, a little longer, and I'm sure there'll be some fan push to see these characters again. And I mean, maybe you're right. Like maybe this stuff just gets repicked up on Hulu or something. So I mean, that's not out of the realm of possibility. Pretty cool.
I hope so. So, Mike, you watched the first 2 episodes of season 3.
Yes, and I think it's like got a much better start than season 2 did. So, yeah. Briefly, I won't go into spoilers or anything, but I really like what they're doing with Trisha's character, like reintroducing that character, which is really cool. I believe she's known as Hellcat, right? So,
yep,
yeah.
And they make a ton of references throughout the series about that, just with the her color scheme, mentions of cats, little tidbits of information if you knew who she was from the comic book, just to give a little fan service for people, just to have a little fun, which I enjoyed. That they usually do that kind of stuff. They did it with Jessica Jones even in the first season, where they talked about an outfit, and that was her outfit from the comic book, and she's like, no, I wouldn't be seen dead in that or whatever.
Yeah. What about the purple hair, man? I want the purple hair.
I know, man. I know.
It's hot. It's hot.
Too hot to trot. That's what it is.
Too hot to trot, I guess. Yeah.
Each one of these episodes is first labeled AKA. So the first episode's called AKA The Perfect Burger.
Oh, yes. That was
good. The second is AKA You're Welcome. This doesn't mean anything to anybody who hasn't seen these, obviously. But the first 2 episodes really takes off not like time frame wise, like right after the second season. You definitely see that there has been some time in between. But the feelings between Jessica and Trish, obviously after she killed Jessica's mom, is very fresh. They are not talking. A matter of fact, Trish, after finding out that she is now a super and enhanced after she, dropped her cell phone by the elevator shaft and then caught it with her foot. I mean, cool, I guess. I've done that before by accident.
It depends what type of phone case you have, I guess. You got one of those rubber grips. I mean, it's probably going to catch on something.
And then I just found out I tore my whole ass when I did it. Like I was just, I threw my leg out real fast, and then I just felt a huge burn run down my whole left side of my knee.
Nice.
Horrible. Just super unathletic. So she catches the phone. She knows she's enhanced. And that's obviously going now into the third season, where she's kind of, she's not anywhere. She's really just trying to figure out her own self now.
She wants to go fight crime, man. She wants to be a hero. She's on a mission.
Yeah. But she's also not stupid. She knows she's not capable quite yet, right now.
Yeah.
So you do see kind of a, again, not to go fully into it, but you obviously, and I feel like this is obvious, she's going through kind of a, training montage, right? And she's really kind of finding out about her powers, what she's physically capable of. And then once she kind of more or less perfects that, then obviously she feels very confident about going out and trying to be the person she's always wanted to be. And that's, anybody who was remotely like Jessica, like you said earlier, Mike, she's, very envious, just straight up jealous, actually, of what she's capable of, which drove her to, go through with the surgery in the second season to become,
which is crazy too, right? Because like her character has so much already. Like she has her daytime talk show. She's got money, like things that obviously Jessica does not have, and yet she still wants what Jessica has, which is, obviously, her power, and she's just super envious, which is very, very interesting. But I thought it was really cool was
to real life when she say, like, you see these people that never have enough, right?
Yeah, it's never enough, exactly.
Enough. So, I mean, just to see that, I mean, that really plays on, how people really are. I'm a millionaire, but I don't have this.
Yep.
So I didn't mean to cut you off, but.
No. I mean, that's just to reiterate that. But I was just going to say that I thought it was pretty interesting that this second episode is actually the follow up to the season 2 finale, and just based upon the timeline of things happening. Because the first episode is honestly a little bit in the future, a little bit. So yeah, I like how they kind of blended those two, because it's showing obviously Jessica, where Jessica's at after. Losing her mom after season 2's finale into season 1. I mean, into season 3's episode 1, and then it follows up on Trish in season 2, which is a direct follow up to how 2 ended. So Trish goes missing, which is a nice little touch there. It kind of makes you more engaged to watch these episodes back to back because of how they set that up. I feel so. Yeah, kind of smart filming there.
And a repeated theme. They do that quite a bit within the season 3, in the middle and end of the season, to kind of give you more background of the characters and to kind of, like you said, get you kind of more engaged and more, feel for these characters, which is never a complaint of me. I always enjoy those. It gives you a little something extra. So.
Yeah, that's just the standard TV model formula now, right? Like within the last 5-10 minutes of the show, that's when the shit really starts hitting the fan, and like that's where they get you to keep watching. So
yeah, it's like a basketball game. The most exciting and longest part of a basketball game is the last 5 minutes of the fucking game.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, can we just get to that part?
We just skip the whole thing into the last 5 minutes, please.
Yeah. Also intrigued to see what's Carrie Ann Moss's character, the lawyer. What's her name?
Oh my gosh! I'm brain farting right now.
Yeah, it's whatever. But I'm intrigued to see where her path goes, because obviously she's fighting ALS. So it seemed like in season 2, like she was getting a better handle on it towards the end, and for what it alludes to, I think early on in season. In the episode 1, kind of feels like, the disease is progressing. So we'll kind of have to see how Jessica's going to play into, how she's going to deal with that. So we'll see.
I mean, obviously it definitely gets worse throughout season 3. But talk about a character who's just awful. Just an awful character. And I don't mean like awful in the sense of like a bad actress, because she's 100% not. She's a wonderful actress. But her character that she plays is just a horrible human being.
Yeah.
And she's
Jaren Hogarth. That's her
thank
name.
you. Yeah. And, I obviously I should know that, but a lot of information going through my head right now.
Hey, it's fucking Trinity. All right. That's it.
Yeah.
Carrie Ann Moss.
Through the Matrix and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about always playing a badass woman, though. I mean, she is a badass woman in real life, but she's always playing a very strong, powerful woman, which in an interview, they said, well, it's the one thing you like about your own character. And she said it flat out. She goes, I like being a strong, powerful woman. because I think of that as, me in reality. So I like to, put it into my acting. And it just so happens that my character was that, but a little bit of a sleazebag as well. So that's the part she, I guess, had a lot more fun with because, that part was a little more difficult for her because she's obviously not in reality. So no, she plays it perfect, but she's just the worst.
Yeah. So you finished the season. Any I don't know if it's potentially spoilers, but how it ended, did you feel content, I guess? Or are you just like how did you feel about the ending in terms of did they end it, more open? Is it more open-ended or is it kind of like a nice little conclusion?
I think the ending for me was a little easier because we've had now so long to know that this was the end for Jessica Jones within the Netflix originals. So regardless of how it ended, I don't think it would have bugged me as much as like a surprise, like, a couple months before or a couple weeks before being like, this is it. You know what I mean? So I had time to prepare, but I thought they did a great job. It was very much, it definitely did a good job closing the story, but also keeping it very much open. Like there could, if Hulu picked it up, they would have no problem. Let's just put it that way. There was nothing that, nothing happened within that to where it would be difficult to pick it right back up. But it was nice. If it did finish, then it finished with a, pretty strong for her individual story arc. It definitely didn't play into, the role of her within like the Defenders and like the greater picture of her being like a hero amongst other heroes. It was very Jessica Jones specific. And if it closed that way, like it did, then I thought they did a great job with it. And if we never see that character again, then I honestly have no complaints. So again, I'm trying to be as vague as possible. It's very hard for me to be vague. I just want to spill the beans about everything and just fucking scream it from the rooftops. But
that was good. From what I read online, it sounded like the fan sentiment was it ended appropriately for the terms of what's going on actually in real life. So here's the thing, like I definitely want to finish the series. I kind of want to definitely go back and I have not seen the full third season of Daredevil, so I definitely want to hit that up. Because I've only seen seasons 1 and 2, but I'm also intrigued to see. I feel like what these Netflix shows have proven is that these characters deserve the attention that they've been getting, and I really hope that whatever the MCU's plans are to eventually incorporate these guys into Phase 4 or whatever, or Phase 5. I hope to see these guys again. So. Definitely maybe intrigued.
Even more of an actual, cinematic role, like actual movie role instead of the TV series, even, Yeah,
exactly. Like I feel like Daredevil's already set up that way, and I feel if they were to do that, why not go with Charlie Cox? He did a fantastic job. I mean, far better than Ben Affleck ever did. So, yeah.
Poor Ben.
He's failed twice now. Ben. Just terrible. He's terrible at superheroes.
Yeah, he's not great, but I gotta give it to him.
At least for your Boston movies, okay?
He tried though, man. He tried so hard. He up for that role. I mean, you got to give it to him there. He didn't just like be like, "Oh, right, I'm Batman now," and he just let himself, be scrawny or little. He freaking put on the pounds for that movie.
Yeah. Well, also too. Not to get too much into it, but he was dealing with some personal issues and demons too. So. Throughout his, during that time too. So that probably played a little bit of a factor. So, these things happen. Not everything goes smoothly all the time. So,
nope, sure doesn't.
What are you gonna do? So,
watch Jones for 13 hours straight to get your mind off of it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep. So, anything else about the first at least 2 episodes from you, or I my whole point of this was not to give spoilers away from the third season. I will preference before. That is very much worth watching. I enjoyed every episode. They are a lot of fun. The characters only get more interesting. A couple very new characters that were awesome to the storyline that I really, really enjoyed. Again, kind of sad that it's now over because I enjoyed them so much. But definitely worth the watch and highly recommend it. If I had to give it, I would actually give it a maximum focus, maybe being a little sentimental because it is the last one. and I feel like it should definitely get its time in front of people. So that's what I got to say about it.
Good stuff.
Sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good. I mean, from what I've seen so far, I'm definitely going to finish the season. It's not got a maximum for me, but I'm definitely going to be on an average focus for sure.
Nice. Yeah, people got to finish it. You know what I mean? Like, you just...
Yeah, I mean, I've already vested this much time. I gotta finish it.
Yeah, if you watch season 1 and 2 and you decide not to watch season 3, like...
And trust me, I've finished far worse shows, just for the sake of it. And yeah, like not by any means is this show terrible at all. It's pretty damn decent. It's pretty good.
I watched Terminator Genesis, okay?
Yeah.
Finished Jessica Jones season 3.
Hey man, it still had Arnold in it, okay? So there's that.
Bad. It was
come on, cut me a break. What the fuck?
Yes. All right, good. Six podcasts and counting with Arnold in it. I love it.
There you go.
I don't mean to count it. Maybe it's wrong. I might have just totally made up that
6.
number.
That'd be really, God. We're really abusing this shit. Damn it.
I don't know if you've been on 6 yet. Have you been on 6? Maybe this is your 6th. I don't know. Happy 6th anniversary, honey.
Oh man, I don't know. I think that this is like 8 or 9 for me. I think.
Holy shit!
Crazy. Time is flying, dude. The weeks are going by.
They are. And then I do want us to both go see Toy Story 4. And I would say Toy Story, not just all about Toy Story. I definitely want to start doing all of our episodes with multiple conversations about multiple different things. But I got a friend in me. I'd love to do a podcast on Toy Story 4. I think that I think this is supposed to be officially the last one with these characters that we've now seen for a very long time and love. So I'd love to break that one down with you, Mike. I think that would be a lot of fun.
No, it'd be really fun. And also, too, I actually forgot to mention this for our Dr. Sleep podcast, or for The Shining, actually, is that Pixar is very, very much, very much pays tribute to and definitely enjoys Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. And there's a bunch of movies that actually pay homage to The Shining. So, like, just starting from the very first Toy Story, and when they go to Sid's house, the carpet pattern is identical to the Overlook Hotel, where Danny's riding his Power Wheel, and that's crazy. And then obviously the iconic in Finding Nemo scene where Bruce the shark obviously reenacts the Jack Nicholson "Here's Johnny" or "Here's Brucey" in the movie scene, which is pretty cool. And then I think in the movie Coco, this one's really, really cool. I'm pretty creative. The movie Coco, in one of the back alley scenes, there is an axe, an actual replica of the actual axe from the movie, in a log or something, or just stuck in the ground somewhere. And then right next to it is a red drum. So that's pretty fun. Red drum.
I love it.
Pretty cool. And then I think in Toy Story 3, they had some car that had the license plate RM 237, which was pretty awesome. So
237. Oh man, that's so cool. I love when they do stuff like that. That's awesome.
So just going back to that film, like, just such an impressionable film that's obviously definitely well endeared through the other franchises. So pretty cool.
My 1-year-old just watched Toy Story 1 for the first time
today. I thought you were gonna say Shining.
Oh my god,
you're a bad dad.
I'm a horrible father. It's like Liar Liar. It's like me coming to the realization I'm a horrible father.
Yeah. Oh man.
Nope.
You stuffed her like a Thanksgiving turkey, didn't you?
Didn't you?
You gave her dog a sausage.
You dunked her, don't it? You gave her dog a sausage.
You stuffed her like a Thanksgiving turkey.
Let's refer back to the tape. I'm sure Mr. Falk knows.
Yes.
Jordan fades back. He shoots, and that's the game. Oh my god. Let's do a seriously, I know I've said this multiple times, Throwback Thursday podcast. Let's break down Liar Liar. Not even kidding. Let's fucking do it. I'm in.
I love that movie.
God, I love it.
So good.
Last thing I do want to end up on is Stranger Things, which again is an original series. Just dropped their final trailer today for season 3. Season 3, Mike, is
final season. You think? It seems like this is a common trend here with Netflix canceling shows after 3 seasons.
Within this series, though, I wouldn't be that upset. I think 3 seasons for this particular show, and seeing the kids already, being, getting older, seeing where they've already, gone with this show. I don't want them to oversaturate it and then all of a sudden become, just stupid. I mean, we've seen so much with the different monsters and what, certain characters are capable of power wise. And I don't know. I just don't want them to all of a sudden just keep it around because of a popularity contest instead of having just good material to work with. But totally. I am excited for this 3rd season. I did love season 2. This looks like a whole fresh take. Again, with these characters now a little bit older, the actors are phenomenal. The kids are phenomenal,
dude, and they all hit a growth spurt too. They are huge now. Wow.
Oh yeah,
they grow up fast.
Or even just a trailer of season 1, and then watch season 3, and you'll be blown away. You'll be like, "Where the hell has time gone?" These kids are ginormous now, and I mean, they all do a great job. I mean, even the bigger name actors, with Winona Ryder and David Harbour, they do great. They're just fucking awesome, man. I love the show. July 4th, it's coming up in just a week and a half. No time at all.
They got anybody else fun that's joining the series? Because I know they had Sean Astin last season, which was pretty fun to see. Obviously, total 80s actor.
Total 80s actor indeed. Yeah, I don't know of anybody that's coming new to season 3. There's gonna be. I mean, it's not gonna be all the people we saw in season 2. I just don't know if any of the kind of bigger name actors and who's going to be joining the cast. But regardless, I don't necessarily need a bunch of big name actors either. Just with the actors that we got, I mean, they've made a big enough splash without having to bring anybody else.
Would you just go bonkers if like Keanu Reeves was in it? Oh my god. Like, could you imagine? I mean, he's such a hot commodity right now. Like, Marvel's just like, where do we fit you into the MCU? But we need you, man.
I know. I saw a meme where it was like, that Zoolander, where it goes, that Hansel's so hot right now. And then it was saying that Keanu's so hot right now.
The stock on Keanu, man. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, he is just blowing up. He is so funny too. I mean, I actually. If you don't mind, it's not going to take very long. As a matter of fact, I'm looking it up as we speak. He was just in a Netflix original rom-com, actually, called Always Be My Maybe. Okay?
Nice.
And this was filmed in San Francisco, a majority of it. And it's got a couple of big-name actors in it, but he was in, 20 minutes of this movie, and it was unbelievable. Like, I can't even tell you how many times Nicole and I were just dying laughing with Keanu Reeves things. I mean, literally crying. And this is 2 really, really famous comedians. Ali Wong and Randall Park are the 2 main characters. If you don't remember Ali Wong, she was in a really popular show, and I think it's still on, but it's called American Housewives. She's one of the main characters, like, really close friends in that show. And then Randall Park, the thing that I can think of most recent was he was in Ant-Man and the Wasp as the FBI agent. Who always was coming in to check on Scott Lang. So if you don't know those, but that's also a phenomenal show for what it is. If you like rom-coms and you want to go and watch something funny with your girlfriend, wife, significant other, spouse, whatever, that one's an awesome one to watch.
Nice.
Yeah, hilarious.
Yeah, he's also in Toy Story 4.
Keanu's crushing it, man.
Dude, everywhere, man.
He's literally the one. You know what I mean?
He is. He is the one. He's always been the one.
He's always been the one.
He's always been the one. Yeah.
And the little doors for Muffin to go out and piddle.
Yeah. Wait, can I stop bullets? Wait, what?
What I'm saying is,
I know kung fu, bro.
You won't have to. Holy
yes.
shit.
Oh, mind fuck.
I got a half chub right now.
Right now.
Right meow. All right. Well, perfect, man. I got nothing else to say tonight, I think. How about you? Are you good?
Yeah. Feeling pretty good about this. It's going to be a fun little week. So,
yep.
Yeah.
I agree. And I think we're going to try to get down here, Thursday?
Yeah. I think we'll be back not too long.
Okay, perfect. So you guys, please, check us out, obviously, on this episode, and then we'll hopefully be recording at the latest, I believe, Thursday, and we'll probably drop it Friday or Saturday. I'll try to get it out by Friday. But sometimes just with schedules, it's a little hard to do, but I will definitely try. That way you guys can listen to something on your morning commute Friday morning. So anyway, like we finish every podcast, you guys can find us at Twitter, on Twitter, at twitter.com/
on the
Twittersphere. And then we also have our own email at whatsthefocus@yahoo.com. Those are both websites and emails that you guys can please make suggestions to, make comments, whatever you guys would like. We are trying to get as much feedback as possible to make this the podcast for you. So please take advantage of those. We also do have a website coming down the pike. I believe, Mike, we're coming up on, 2 weeks, and we're going to have our website up and running. So pretty big deal.
Man. That's awesome.
We're going to be at whatsthefocus.net. That's going to be, not only all of our episodes on there where we can distribute, all of our episodes on, still all the major platforms and, Facebook and all the social media sites. But we're also going to have our own marketplace where we're going to be doing merchandising. Eventually, like I said in the last podcast, sweatshirts, hats, stickers, all sorts of cool little trinkets, just to, have with you. And maybe if you guys wanted to, support the cause and have some cool apparel at the same time, then sweet.
Hell yeah. Who doesn't like swag, bro?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to bring swagger to the world.
Let's do it.
You know what I mean?
Who doesn't like a good old hoodie? Oh, so comfortable.
Yeah, I know. But we're also going to have a bunch of other things on there too. I don't want to spoil them, but you will see them when they come out. Yeah. I think, like I said, 2 weeks at the latest, we will have that up and running. So we'll let everybody know. But thank you as always for checking us out. We appreciate it. Again, a lot of new people have joined us this last week. Thank you so much. We appreciate all your viewership. And Mike, would you like to say anything to close us out?
Thanks, everybody. No, seriously. Thank you, everyone. Really appreciate it. I think you and Ryan and I were in the talks about bringing on some guest speakers. So yeah, we're gonna definitely have some fresh new stuff coming up. So definitely check us out. And I hope you enjoyed the show.
Yep, absolutely. All right, everybody, you guys have a wonderful day, and we will hear from you guys soon.
This is a message from the emergency stuffed crust warning system.
Cheese!
Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizza now has 3 feet of cheese stuffed in the crust for just $9. I repeat, it has 3 feet of cheese stuffed in the crust.
Cheese!
That concludes the message from the emergency stuffed crust warning system. Get a large Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest pepperoni stuffed crust pizza for $9. Top 4 national pizza chains. Extra Most Bestest pizza versus large round 1-topping pepperoni pizza. Everyday standard menu prices. 3 feet of cheese before cooking at participating locations plus tax.
Pizza.
And now, an ad from Dad.
All right, save money on car insurance when you bundle home and auto with Progressive. Can I take these off? All right. What is this? This looks good. Wow, that's well made. Where did you get this? I'm talking to you with the hair. Yeah, where did you get this? It's good stuff. That's solid. That's not veneer, that's solid stuff.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discounts not available in all states or situations.